was a chilly, breezy night, but I don't know that it actually got below freezing. So I think part of the issue yesterday might have just been it was a little dull. I was lost in the woods. It's rolling hills. There's not that many, if any, punctuating big climbs or descents or anything. But we'll see. Everybody that I ran into going north on the long trail that was just getting into the harder stuff was actually really happy because they said down here it was kind of like easy and dull. So, yeah. I really don't think it got nearly as cold last night as it was supposed to, per the news. Really nice quiet night up here. Wind was howling a bit, but I was protected down in the trees. I did debate going up top, but I fear I'd probably be exposed more to the wind. And I could have slept in the fire lookout, I suppose, but that would have been a lot colder than my tent. Hardest part of these little sloped hillside campsites is often trying to find a place to dig a cat hole. Because if you're ever lost in the wilderness and you really need somebody to show up, dig a cat hole, pull your pants down, and wait. That seems to be the guaranteed way to get somebody to show up. So I am almost up and over Stratton, and then again, it looks like things just get more and more mellow. Further south I go. I have been running into a mix of long trail and a few Appalachian Trail people. There is one guy I ran into at Prospect Rock that was AT southbound. Started in August. And he said he thought he was the last person out here. He knew of somebody else that was 3 days ahead. We were kind of talking about the weather window because Katahdin closes down. You can only climb Katahdin, to my understanding, if there is no snow or a lot of snow, because they protect the alpine vegetation up there. But it'll get cold down south, but usually snow out here is inches, not feet. So it is manageable, with a couple of spots that might be a little tricky due to icy rocks. I've also run into a few long trail people headed north. They're obviously pretty early on here, first couple of days. I don't know when the season ends. I know it gets colder further north you go, but everybody around here keeps talking about how the weather is so unusual, just how warm and dry it's been. So they probably have a good chance of still making it, I think. I kind of wonder if I had started northbound, how different my time and mileage would have been. Because I usually start out pretty enthusiastically. There's always like a bit of a build-up, but I do prep trips. And I just have a lot more energy early on versus once I've been out here for a couple of weeks. I tend to be a little slower to get out of the tent and have, some amount of just mental, physical tiredness, little things going wrong, rub spots, etc. I'm kind of figuring day after tomorrow, I'll probably hit the Massachusetts border, and another day and change after that. Get down to Dalton, set up in a hotel, do laundry, and start getting prepped for the Benton Mackay a few days after that. My impression is the Benton will probably go a little bit faster, not as much climbing down there, unless the vegetation and whatnot is really heavy. Bushwhacking will slow me down. But per the Facebook group, there are trail crews that maintain it and have been out recently, so we'll see. If that's the case, I will probably have at least a couple of weeks after reaching Springer, and I don't know what I'll do. Plan A is, of course, just go north on the Appalachian Trail, but I don't know. Part of why I think this section is dragging is there just aren't any big surprises. When we got to Greylock, going north on the AT, we had no idea, and it was a really cool thing. We hit the timing just right. Versus now, I don't remember all the various hills or patches of vegetation or anything, but I know there's not going to be any big stupendous surprises because I probably would remember it. I figure I have some time, see what the weather's doing when I'm in the last 100 miles before Springer, and I can always get a rental car or something and get somewhere. There's got to be some trail that's open. Kind of a shame I've already done the Pinhoti. I could redo that, but if I'm going to redo something, I might as well just do the AT, which is a lot more straightforward. Shame I wasn't a little faster last night. Could have catch the sunset. This was the only place I remember there being a peak volunteer being stationed that we noticed, but they were busy talking to somebody when we came by, and the weather was bad, so we pushed on pretty quick. Hey, beaver bog time. I have really been trying to push it today. And I'll have a big full day, but still just frustrating. Some of the up and down has slowed me down, and I don't know, I'm convinced that my endurance hasn't been the same since I've gotten back out here. But I can make 15-mile days and maybe build up past that eventually. This would have been problematic if I'd jumped back to the ADT like I really wanted to. Oh yeah, the closed one. Okay, should have just enough time to get water. There's supposed to be water flowing at the shelter. And then try and get clear and find a camp. Gotta love a pipe spring. This filter is just killing me. It's taking forever. Okay, 6:46. About the time I would generally like to be setting up a tent. However, I would like to get clear of the shelter just to avoid the chance of bear issues or anything like that. There was at least one person back there. Said hi when I came through looking for the water source. I have made it a little over 17 miles, which isn't bad considering I wasn't out of the tent until like 9:30 or so, but I don't know, feels like I was working rather hard just to make that much. Okay, just when I was despairing of finding something, I found an old road bed or something which will work. Hopefully there's not any uncovered cat holes in the area. Always a worry out here. Anyway, made it 17, 18 miles, so reasonable day, even if not the most exciting. Home sweet home.